So if you guys are unaware, Ori developer, Ori in the Blind Forest, Moon Studios, a company that is headed by Thomas Mahler, who is somebody who we've covered quite a bit on this channel, is explaining why No Rest for the Wicked, a video game that's been in early access for a while now, may just in fact be skipping the Xbox platform completely. And obviously, Xbox people are not happy about this. There's a lot of questions that people have been having, which is why he needs to respond. And he's been making these responses on Twitter, which we're going to go over. But people are not happy about this news. Ori and the Blind Forest has been available on Xbox, obviously, for a long time. And people thought that No Rest for the Wicked, after leaving early access, was going to come out on Xbox, but it doesn't seem to be the case. CEO Thomas Mahler has denied claims that the studio is supposedly shaking down Microsoft for whatever reason that may be. The co-founder and CEO of the studio behind the Ori games, which, again, by the way, the Ori games are really good. I don't know if you guys haven't played the Ori games, Ori in the Blind Forest, but if you have not played it, very good game, lots of fun, beautiful looking game. I highly recommend it. But the game apparently has said that the studio is prioritizing the PS5, PS5 Pro, even the Nintendo Switch 2 versions of No Rest for the Wicked, and that the studio will see what makes sense for Xbox. That is crazy to me that they are choosing to prioritize Nintendo Switch 2 over Xbox. I mean, what kind of world do we live in, man? That's crazy, especially for a game like that. I mean, hey, more power to Nintendo for that move, but I think that's insane. But anyway, the game, which is currently in early access on Steam, is planned for Sony and Nintendo consoles. However, in a message posted to his Discord, Moon Studio CEO Thomas Mahler said that they have blamed market conditions, meant that an Xbox version is at the back of the queue. Now, dude, I don't know what I really don't know like what is going to come of this in terms of like, I don't know, fucking like, how is this going to, how can you blame market conditions is what I'm saying, right? Like, how can you possibly blame market conditions for any of this? I think is very, very, very strange. And it's one of those things where it's like, sure, I suppose you can blame market conditions, but I don't really believe that, right? I don't believe that. I don't think anybody believes that. But by the way, given current market conditions, we might only release on PS5 and potentially Nintendo Switch 2 for the time being, Mahler said. We'll have to discuss things with Microsoft, and see what makes sense for Xbox. So they're not totally like getting rid of it. They're not totally trying to get it out of there. I don't think this is something that they're trying to necessarily say, you know what, it's going to be completely out the window. But I do believe that there is a good chance that this is probably not going to be available, right? I got to imagine this is probably not going to be available. Following this snippet being posted on social media, discussion grew over the studio, which made its name via the beloved, then Xbox exclusive Ori series. Now, this is what I was talking about before. So the reason why this is so dramatic is because, quite frankly, the Ori series has actually been exclusive to Xbox for a little while now, right? Or not, I mean, obviously not anymore. But what I'm saying is it was for a little while, and it's a big problem. It's a big, big problem. So the fact that they are now subtly saying they might skip Xbox, this is why there is so much drama, right? It says, folks, can we drop the conspiracy theory insanity? If NeoJav becomes more and more like the Purple Forum, don't be surprised if people stop posting here as well, wrote Mahler. So no, it's not a shakedown. It's called common fucking sense. He went on to explain that while the studio would love to eventually come to all platforms, due to the speed with which the studio wants to add community requested features, such as co-op, it has to prioritize PlayStation and Nintendo platforms completely. What our community has been wanting the most is co-op and console support. So we want to fulfill those wishes as soon as humanly possible. We're already hard at work on co-op so people can play Wicked in multiplayer pretty soon. Now, again, this game has been in early access for an extremely long time. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but this game has been for an extremely, extremely long time. And they've been listening to player feedback. They've been trying to make this a thing. And I've seen the game. I have not played the game just for pure, again, I just want to be very clear, just for transparency's sake, have not played the game yet because I really don't like messing with early access games very much. But, you know, I hear good things about it. People tell me to check it out. People tell me it's a good, you know, ARPG, a little bit Souls-like in a way. So it definitely has a lot of good player feedback. And eventually I will check it out once it fully releases. And then after that idea is that we'll release 1.0 sooner than initially expected so that we don't have to deal with the hassle of being an early access game on consoles. Wicked is already in a pretty great state. So by the time we exit early access, we will be golden. Mahler also claimed that the time involved in porting the game to both Xbox Series X and the weaker Xbox Series S, a requirement for all modern Xbox titles, will take more time and resources than a PS5 and a PS5 Pro port. So apparently, this is interesting. So apparently, they are having problems porting the game over because unlike the PS5 and PS5 Pro, those two consoles, even at the base level, are more than powerful enough to handle whatever they need to handle. But the Xbox Series X provides challenges to developers to bring their specific games onto the platform if they happen to be a little bit intensive, right? So in order to get there fast, we'll first support the platform that has the most users purely out of resource reasons. We're a comparatively small indie studio, so doing a console port at the quality level we want is not a small task. Porting to Xbox means porting to Xbox Series X and Series S, and that'll take more time to optimize compared to porting to PS5 and PS5 Pro. So we're most likely going to do PS5 and Pro first and launch there in order to make fans happy and supply other ports later. That's literally all there is to it. And yes, we'll need to discuss with Xbox and Nintendo what the best strategies are to support their platforms and their features in the best way possible. And that'll be an ongoing discussion. So again, this is what's happening right now. So the people, I can't blame him either. So the people who are going after him and saying, oh, he's trying to shake down Xbox and he's trying to do whatever, like any bad things to Xbox, I don't think that's happening here at all. I don't think it's happening in the slightest. I think that, quite frankly, this is just somebody trying to do the best for business for his game. And I guess we'll see in the future what's going to come of this. But I've been wanting to see this game come out of early access for a long time. So more power to Thomas Mahler. Hopefully he can get this game out in the way that he wants to get it. And we shall see at this point. But honestly, I think this is the best for him. I'm not going to lie to you. I think, was there not 2 Ori games? Yes. There was 2 Ori games. There was actually 2 Ori games. But Ori and the Blind Forest was obviously the one that started it all. So I think this is probably the best bet for him personally. I don't think that it's necessarily a good idea to delay his game any longer than he has to just to try to make Xbox happy. Obviously, I feel like he can release it on Xbox at some point in the future without having to worry about it. You got to check Ori out. Listen, if you've never played Ori and the Blind Forest, seriously, it's a really good game. I'm not kidding. Like, it's a genuinely good game, and I highly, highly implore you guys check that out because it is that good. It is like literally that good. It's that fun to play. Little bit laggy though on the Steam Deck. I don't know if you guys have ever played Ori and the Blind Forest or even Ori and the Will of the Wisp, but whichever. If you guys ever played it on the Steam Deck, it's a little bit laggy, unfortunately. I don't know if I could play with the settings or something, but it's unfortunately a little bit laggy. So I know a lot of people have good talks about it, so we'll see what happens when a game releases from early access. But you guys let me know. What do you think about this in the comments down below? Do you agree with all of this going down, or do you disagree? Do you think he should wait until he can release it on every platform if he intends to release it truly on every platform like he says? Whatever you decide and whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.